Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I'm cooking and I'm bringing you along with me. I've got some chicken wings that I'm going to bread up and fry in my iron skillet here. I'm going to make a Hashbrown Casserole the Food and Family way. And I have got some purple hull peas that I got at a market stand here locally. And I've been cooking those, so they should be done by the time we're ready with this meal. And y'all, they smell so good. I just love fresh peas and beans. So I want to get started with the Hashbrown Casserole. And yeah, you know the cream of soups. I don't have any cream of chicken. So, but that's not a big deal. I can make it, and I'm going to show you how I do mine. I'm going to get some butter started, and I didn't get enough to cut my butter. I want to get some butter melted, and we're going to make a roux with it. And, you know, basically, we're making a gravy. And I just think it's going to be so good. I'm going to start with 4 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, can y'all see outside my window there? I don't think you can see a whole lot. It is hot. It is hot. We sat out on the porch this morning. We drank our coffee and just enjoyed sitting there talking. And it started getting warm, so we decided to come in. And but then I wanted to cook and have you guys with me. So let's get that melted. And I need some flour. Yeah, I've got things behind me, so I'm going to be reaching back and forth. So y'all forgive me for that. And, you know, this one I could do a lot of cooking over at my bar when I'm cooking one thing. So that way y'all can get a better view. And it's a little awkward over here because I don't have as much room. So I'm going to go ahead, and that butter is going to melt, continue to melt, and cook my flour. But y'all, you want to cook your flour a couple of minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and you want to get that raw flour taste out of it. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt, because I'm going to be using chicken broth, and my chicken broth is not low sodium, which is what I like, but sometimes I just can't get it. And when I find it on sale, I buy it. I did make some, and I didn't put salt in it, so that would be good to use if you have some. So let's get this stirred around. I don't want my flour to brown. I just want it to cook up just enough to get that raw flour taste out of it, yeah. Because I still want that blonde look to it. But while that's doing that, I've got some onion here that I want to chop up. I'm going to put a little bit of onion in it. Now, I don't know how y'all make y'all's, but this is how I'm making it. And I didn't get my knife. So, but it's right here. You know, this is real cooking. So if I forget something and I have to step away to get it, that's what I have to do. So I've just got half of a medium onion, and I am going to slip it right over into this flour mixture, the roux, and saute it up a little bit. But it will cook with the Hashbrown Casserole. So we're going to get that. Let's get that stirred around. Like I said, I don't want that flour to brown. Oh, it smells so good getting that onion in the pan. Y'all, and that butter. So let's get our chicken broth. And y'all know, I told you a story. This is less sodium. 33% less sodium, so that's good. At least it's something, right? I like to get no sodium when I can. What do you guys use? Now, let me just set this aside, and if I have to come back to it, I can. I keep my handles turned around because I've got this door here, and when I'm cooking, I keep it locked because I don't want somebody to come through while I'm standing here. I know I chose to put my stove in front of the window because I like to look out. And y'all, right now you can't see, but I'm looking out and it's sun shining, and I'm looking at the trees, the birds. There's been squirrels out playing, and I just enjoy it. Okay, so let's get some chicken broth in here. I don't know how much I'm going to need. This is 4 cups. Now, I use 4 tablespoons of butter and right about that 1/4 cup of flour. So, I'm going to try, that's about 1.5 cups of liquid. I don't want it real soupy. I know it's going to be good. Now, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, y'all. I'm going to change to a whisk for just a minute. I want to make sure I don't have any lumps. Lumps are good in mashed potatoes, but not in gravy. And see, it's getting too thick. So let's just add some more water. And I think this is going to be good. Now, I've got my casserole dish right here. And let's get it prepared while we water in that. We might need more liquid. We'll see. I have got Southern style. I've got the diced hash brown potatoes. And I am going to put them right here in this casserole dish. Break them up. Make sure they're all scattered out. Oh, gosh, y'all. And I think I'm going to put just a little bit more liquid. Altogether, I've used about 2 cups of this broth. So now, what I want to do is, y'all excuse me because I grated some cheese earlier and I put it in the refrigerator. And I forgot to get it back out. I want to add some cheese. I'm not going to use all this cheese in this casserole, y'all. I had a big block, and so I grated it all up. And what I don't use, I'll put it in a zippy bag and put it in the refrigerator. And that's probably 1/2 cup. I'm going to sit it right here because we're not done with that. I'm going to change from my whisk back to my spatula. I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to go ahead and turn that heat off. And just stir that cheese in. And I do think I'm going to thin it out a little bit more, y'all. Not too much. Yeah, this is going to be hard for me to give you measurements because I'm not measuring, and I should have. I still think I'm like 2.5 cups. Can you see down in this pot? See how that cheese is getting all melty and golden and delicious. Oh my word. Okay, so we have our hash brown potatoes. That was a 32-ounce bag, and that was about 1/2 of a bag. So about 16 ounces. Now I'm going to pour this and let's see if we need it all. Oh, I think so. Can you see this? You can't see this golden deliciousness going in here. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Let me put this in the sink, okay? Get it out of our way. Now, I am just going to take my spoon and I am going to just stir that down in there and get all of those hash browns covered and coated. Oh my goodness, y'all. Now, look here. Can you see how beautiful that is? I'm going to put this in the oven and I'm going to set a timer for about 30 minutes and we'll see if we need to bake it longer than that. There we go. Now, let's get our oil heating for our chicken wings, y'all. Okay. So, give me a second. Let me clean up some of this and I'll be right back with you, okay? Okay, y'all. I have got my chicken wings in this bowl. Now, I am going to drizzle them with just a little bit of buttermilk. Not a whole lot. I just want enough to wet them. And before I get my hands dirty, I'm going to salt and pepper them. That's all I'm going to use on them today. Now, y'all know I have a seasoning that I make up with salt, pepper, poultry seasoning, paprika. I can try to list it, my fried chicken seasoning, in the description box under this video if I don't forget. And I keep it in a jar, but I'm out of it right now. So salt and pepper is just wonderful. So let's get now, and I'm going to have to go wash my hands. Well, maybe not. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. I just want to take my chicken wings and just massage that buttermilk in. And because we're going to try to flour it and everything in this one pot. But what I want to do, and I've told y'all this before, now I started heating my oil, but I turned it off because what I want to do is I like to get my chicken floured and set it out on a pan and let it sit for just a few minutes. And when it starts looking wet, then it's time to fry. So then that gets you good crispy coating on your chicken. Okay, so I've got my chicken coated really well. Can you see in that pot? I love these enamel bowls, and y'all, I've got them listed in my Amazon store, and I use them for so much. But I'm going to sit them out here on this little sheet pan, and I'm going to give them a few minutes. They won't take about 10 minutes to start looking wet. And during that 10 minutes, I'm going to get those dishes cleaned up because, y'all, I hear them calling my name. And I can't stand them piled up in the sink. So I'm going to do that while these sit there and get happy. So y'all give me a few minutes and I'm going to come back and we're going to get this chicken fried. The peas should be really close to done and we'll check on that Hashbrown casserole, okay? Okay, y'all, my chicken has been sitting for around 10 minutes or so. I don't know if you can tell, but it's looking wet. But while I was waiting for this oil to heat, and it's almost where I want it, I happened to think about some little whole okra pods. Pop loves boiled okra, and I get the little baby pods, and I had some in my freezer, so I am just going to float them on top of these peas. And he doesn't know I'm cooking these, so he'll be excited. He likes them. Now, I don't eat it. I like fried okra, but I don't like it boiled, but he does. So that'll give him a treat. Okay, so my oil is almost there. I wanted it around 350 degrees. Now, this chicken is cool, so it's going to cool my oil off when I put it in. So, yeah, don't let that bother you because it will, but it'll come back up to temp when you're frying. Now, you want your chicken cooked to no less than 165 degrees. And that is the done temperature for chicken. Now, I'm going to leave this in here so I can have, yep, see that temperature dropped down a good bit, but I've got my oil a little hotter than I want it, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Y'all know I've told you these eyes get very hot. Let me get this in my dishwater. Y'all know I keep a sink of hot soapy water. Whoops, I'm sorry. I have got a pan with some paper towels. I don't have a rack to fit these pans, and I need to see if I can find one, but I always have to get out my big one, and I just didn't need that big pot today. All right, so let's bring these peas back up to temp. I turn them down just to let them simmer because I want that okra to cook. So y'all, let me get this chicken fried up, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and maybe Pop will be back soon so we can eat and have us a good meal. I want y'all to look at this beautiful feast I have made today. We have these amazing purple whole peas that I boiled some okra in for Pop. We've got these beautiful chicken wings. I hope you can see them good. They're crispy, they're crunchy, and they're going to be delicious. But the star of the show for me is this Hashbrown Casserole. Y'all looky there. I just took it out of the oven. Now, I told you I was baking it at 350, and I put it in for 30 minutes. Well, I ended up adding about 15 more minutes to it. So y'all can go by that. It was like 45 minutes. And because I wanted it to get a little color on the top. But I have some green onions in the refrigerator that I had cut up, chopped up for another dish that I made. And I don't know, it just sounded good to me to top it with some of those. What do y'all think about that? Isn't that pretty? Pop's not back yet, but I'm hungry and I want to make a plate. He'll be here in a few minutes, and trust me, he'll have his plate. He'll eat good. All right, I want one of these chicken wings. I'll go back for more, I'm sure. Probably have a couple of them. I want some of these peas. No, I don't eat the okra. I told y'all. I want some of these peas. Oh, I've been wanting some fresh peas. And this delicious Hashbrown Casserole. And y'all, if you don't have cream of soups, you can make your own. It's just simply making a gravy. And I could have used beef broth. You know, whatever. I could have used mushrooms and put some mushrooms in it and made cream of mushroom soup. I want one of these tomatoes, and I want some cucumber. Y'all know us Southerners have tomatoes and cucumbers at most all of our meals. Looky there. Isn't that a beautiful plate? Let's give it a try. Let's see if I got my seasonings okay for these peas and these potatoes. Oh, and they're hot, y'all. Y'all, I have been craving this fresh taste of summer vegetables. And I can't wait to get up to the big farmer's market so I can get some and put them in my freezer. So I'll have them all throughout the winter. Let's try this Hashbrown Casserole. And I can't wait for Pop to try this. When we go to Cracker Barrel, he orders the Hashbrown Casserole a lot. And they use the shredded, but I had these diced, and so, you know, as I've said before, we use what we have, right? Let's try the chicken. Yeah, I've got ranch dressing set out. I like to dip my chicken wings in ranch dressing. What do you do with yours? Do you like the flat or the drum part of it? Yeah, I'm going to get over here where I can see you better. Now, I like the flat. It's my favorite. So if I have wings out somewhere, you know, like the wings places you go to, I like the flats. That's what I go for the most. Let's try this. Crispy. Done. Now, I need to do another bite of that. As I was saying, I usually dip mine in ranch dressing, and I like sriracha, but y'all don't have any sriracha. I usually put a little puddle of ranch dressing on my plate and pour my sriracha or my hot sauce. Today I've got Crystal, and I sprinkle a little bit of that on top of it, because y'all know I don't do a lot of heat, and dip my chicken in it. Now, when I took these up and I checked them, they were like 185, 187. And I checked each one as I took it out of the pan, so I could make sure. And there was a couple I had to put back in and let them cook a couple of more minutes, and they came up to the temperature I wanted them. So y'all remember to do that. If you don't have a thermometer, they're not expensive. Get you a little inexpensive one and use it, especially for poultry. And remember, it's 165 or better. We usually go around 180. But anyway, I'm going to go enjoy this meal, and I'm going to get Pop when he gets home. And I thought I saw him go by. Wasn't him. I'm going to go enjoy this meal. And I hope you'll come back and visit with me, because I love having each and every one of you in my kitchen. I enjoy our visit and our time together. But please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget, hit that notification button so you'll know when we put out another video. And don't forget, we've got 2 cookbooks out, and Volume 1 and Volume 2. Thanks again for joining me, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you soon.